With the 2020 presidential race about to begin, the Democratic Party is still trying to find a leader and a core ideology. In a recent interview, defeated Democratic Senator Claire McCaskill confessed she does not understand the popularity of new Congresswoman Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez.
I don't know her. I'm a little confused why she's the thing, but it's a good example of what I'm talking about. A bright and shiny new object came out of nowhere and surprised people when she beat a very experienced congressman, and so she's now talked about a lot. I'm not sure what she's done yet to generate that kind of enthusiasm, but I wish her well. I hope she hangs the moon. The rhetoric's cheap. Getting results is a lot harder. I mean, everybody knows they're not going to get 60 votes for free college for everybody in the United States Senate anytime in the next 3 cycles. That's not going to happen. So that's great to talk about in the campaign, but all that does is make people more cynical that believe in you and you don't get it done.
Wow. But Hillary Clinton may not be ready to hand over control of the party peacefully. Last week, she tweeted cryptically about her finalizing her plans for 2019. On Christmas, she tweeted a photo of her family from their White House days. Brian Dean Wright is a Democrat and a former CIA operative. He joins us now. Hey, Brian, welcome aboard.
Evening.
Yeah, I'm a Democrat as well. And look, I think these issues now are so crazy. It's transcending politics and the parties, right? And wouldn't you say Claire McCaskill sounded almost jealous there, or at least was revealing why Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez got elected because of this enclosed little bubble of politics in Washington that both parties have experienced, that for Claire McCaskill not to understand the appeal, even though I do think that young woman's going to have some trouble, but it really sounds like there's a huge disconnect there.
Look, she represents everything that the Democratic Party is promising America that it ought to be, right? It fits that identity politics that we have come to embrace. She's young, she's female, she's vibrant in the way that she delivers the message. That's what's important to this party now. What is frightening, though, about that is what is in her mind and what she is saying and what in fact, she believes, right? She embraces socialism. Her whole goal is to push the party to the point where we start nationalizing the economy. And the path to get there, of course, is promising free stuff. So it's even alarming that somebody like Claire McCaskill, who's a very smart individual, would say that, I hope she does well. I hope she hangs the moon, successful.
That didn't sound serious or sincere, did it to you?
Fair enough. Yeah, fair enough.
But because, look, I mean, this is what I think all Americans are concerned about and what Ocasio-Cortez represents, which is the potential of something new and better. This is in part why President Trump is elected, right? That there has to be a better way because Americans are engaged. For the Democrats, we've got all those people. I think everybody should run. Look, it happened with the Republicans in 2016. You had 17 people on the stage. Who do you think really is going to be the leader? Who is going to articulate what the vision has to be for the Democrats?
So the party has divided itself really into 2 different camps. One is the Biden camp. These are the people who are very pragmatic, and you see them pushing his candidacy forward in places like Iowa. He's polling very well there. They basically just want to beat Trump. We just want to win. And then there's this other group of folks who are a bit more idealistic, and they're looking for somebody like the Cory Bookers or the Kamala Harrises or even somebody like Bernie Sanders, right, that inspires them at some level, not necessarily because they believe something that's good or important for the country, but it makes them feel good.
Right.
So I think that's what you're going to see as the primary starts up, all these debates kicking off starting next June. You're going to see that tension between various wings of the party. And personally, I hope that the moderate folks win.
Well, look, why Trump won is because he had ideas. I think that's what separated him out from the rest of the Republicans, which was about the bureaucracy, the status quo. Americans are tired of the status quo, but we also want experience. We got that with Donald Trump, right? Business experience. We know that he was a master negotiator and that he had some background as an older man in knowing how to make things happen as a man of action. With the Democrats, I mean, Joe Biden, really pragmatic. It seems like that's more of going to the past. And when it comes to going to the future, is it Spartacus, right? Who's going to draw this line about who's going to define what the ideology is? Do you have a sense even of what it means to be a Democrat these days? I don't even think the party actually exists. in a certain sense.
I completely agree with you. I mean, think about this. The party is embracing people like Ocasio-Cortez, avowed socialist, and you compare that to places where I come from, perhaps where you come from, that embrace, say, Jack Kennedy, a man who stood up against communism and against socialism. And so it's amazing to see how far the party has changed.
Dude, Hillary seems to still be going nowhere. 70%, a new poll, 70% of people, the Democrats do not want her to run. Clearly, the Democrats are at least awake enough to know that would be bad. What is driving her? That this tour that she and her husband were doing did horribly. They ended up selling tickets on like Groupon to try to get people in for like $1.50. What is going on with them, and why is she doing this?
Oh, goody. That's the big question.
You have the answer, right?
A couple of Democrats trying to figure this out. We actually can agree. The entire party can agree on something. We don't like her. So let's celebrate that. We're trying to move on to the future.
All right, here's you know what that's going to result in. It's going to result in Donald Trump in 2020. It's going to result in Donald Trump, the robot, in 2024. It's going to result in Barron Trump as president in probably about 16 years. So there we go. It is a pleasure speaking with you, sir. Thanks for joining me tonight.
Take care now.
All righty.